This product is available through the link in the description box below. Getting into aerial videography usually involves navigating a maze of expensive gear and confusing FAA regulations. The DJI Mini 4K was designed specifically to bypass those traditional barriers. It promises sharp, stabilized 4K video, the kind of quality you expect from professional models, at a price point accessible to most newcomers. However, entry-level marketing creates a specific set of expectations. There is a common assumption that a lower price equals an easier flight experience. Does a beginner-friendly price tag actually translate to an aircraft that is safe for a beginner to operate? Our goal today is to map out exactly which use cases fit this base model and identify who needs to save for an upgrade. If you want 4K aerial footage, you hit a fork in the road. You can spend over $800, or you can try to keep the investment under $400. Choosing the cheaper path leads you directly to the Mini 4K, but there is a significant amount of uncertainty regarding what you lose at this price point. Successful drone ownership requires looking past the spec sheet and deciding if the specific engineering compromises DJI made actually align with how you plan to shoot. The most significant legal feature here is the weight. At under 249 grams, this aircraft stays below the FAA's threshold for standard recreational registration. This removes the bureaucratic friction of fees and paperwork for first-time pilots. But utilizing such an ultralight chassis introduces a major environmental trade-off. Because it weighs less than an apple, the drone struggles to hold its position when hit by sudden, severe wind gusts. While the box claims wind resistance, the reality is the pilot bears the responsibility to monitor the weather and prevent drifting. Bypassing legal paperwork comes at a direct cost. The pilot needs a much higher level of environmental awareness to keep the craft in the air. The primary hardware advantage of this model is the combination of true 4K UHD and a 3-axis mechanical gimbal. This setup delivers perfectly stabilized footage that looks professional the moment you capture it. This chart compares the data volume of standard 8-bit color against professional 10-bit profiles. The difference in information is massive. On this base model, 10-bit recording and D-Log color profiles are completely absent. This omission prevents editors from performing complex color grading in post-production. If you try to push these colors too far, the image quality will quickly degrade. This camera is optimized for out-of-the-box perfection, but it restricts creators who want to manipulate their footage later. The 31-minute max battery claim is another key marketing point. Including only one battery in the box is how DJI keeps the initial cost so low. In real-world conditions, that 31-minute lab test shrinks down to about a 22-minute safe window for actual filming. The automatic return-to-home safety feature claims the final portion of your battery to ensure the drone has enough power to get back to you. This creates extreme battery anxiety. You have very little time for reshoots before the drone decides it's time to land. Then there is the 10-kilometer transmission spec. This range is less about flying long distances and more about ensuring a stable, lag-free signal to your controller. Legal requirements state you must keep the drone within your visual line of sight, which will happen long before you hit that 10-kilometer limit. While the endurance and range numbers look impressive on the box, the practical reality limits you to focused, close-range flights. To save on engineering costs, DJI equipped this model with only a base-level, downward-facing sensor array. It lacks omnidirectional obstacle avoidance. If you are flying backward to get a dramatic reveal shot, the drone has no way of knowing a tree branch is behind it. Without those sensors, standard automated cinematic moves transform into significant crash risks. Because the drone relies entirely on your own spatial awareness, it is an unforgiving tool for beginners attempting complex maneuvers. The DJI Mini 4K is best described as an exceptional camera attached to an unforgiving aircraft. In this matrix, we map your need for a low budget and portability against your need for professional features. The Mini 4K sits in the top left. It is high on portability and value, but low on advanced features and safety sensors. This is the right choice for travelers, hikers, and casual creators who want high-quality clips without the burden of registration. However, it is the wrong choice for aspiring professionals shooting real estate, weddings, or action sports. If you fall into that professional category, the lack of sensors and 10-bit color will lead to lost shots. You should invest in a higher-tier model. The Mini 4K offers incredible value, provided your expectations match the reality of the tool. This product is available through the link in the description box below.